I'm Hannah Kaplan, and this is the WCS Wild Audio Podcast, where you'll find reported audio stories covering the latest news and newsmakers from the Wildlife Conservation Society's Global Conservation Program, Zoos and Aquarium, and their many partners. We've got a great show today, so let's get to it.
The Real Wild New York Film Festival returns April 23rd to 26th, celebrating filmmakers and wildlife stories that inspire action and conservation impact. WCS's Hannah Kaplan sat down with Dr. Edith Widder, star of A Life Illuminated, winner of Best Exploration Film and Best in Fests. The documentary follows Dr. Widder, one of the first women in her field and first people to explore the ocean's twilight zone, as she descends 3,300 feet into the deep, capturing the first ever footage of the elusive giant squid and uncovering bioluminescent phenomena that could transform our understanding of life on Earth.
And so I got down to 800 feet and I turned out the lights and I was in the middle of a fireworks display. It was just breathtakingly beautiful and it was life-changing. Whoa, this has got to be one of the most important things going on in the ocean. Why aren't more people studying this?
In a scene from A Life Illuminated, Dr. Edith Widder peers out from her submersible's curved glass dome as surface light slips away, leaving only darkness. She's hunting one of the ocean's most mysterious wonders, bioluminescence, the power of living organisms to generate their own light. Capturing it on film, however, has long been an enormous challenge.
A lot of it had to do with not having the technology to study it. And so a lot of my career has been trying to find new ways to see in the deep sea.
The film traces her journey to develop groundbreaking cameras that could document deep-sea creatures never filmed before. Her persistence culminated in an iconic triumph, the first ever footage of a live giant squid.
To be able to test a new camera system that I had been developing with this optical lure that I thought might be attractive to large squid. In fact, we had seen that it was attractive to large squid, just never a giant squid. I had a camera down at 750 meters. Because this was a television-funded production, there were cameras rolling all the time. So they actually captured the moment when we saw the giant squid for the first time. And you see scientists just absolutely losing their minds. This creature that has been a creature of legend for so long and can supposedly grow to as tall as a 4-story building. There's something that big in our ocean that we'd never seen alive before. And we got the first footage of it, and it was amazing.
Dr. Widder's work goes beyond discovery. Building on her research with bioluminescent organisms, she's turning science into action. Through her organization, Orca, she's creating innovative tools to track pollution and tackle some of the ocean's most urgent threats.
Some of the worst damage being done to the ocean is at that interface between land and water, and especially estuaries, which are the nursery for the ocean. They're hugely, hugely important, and we're doing so much damage to them without really understanding their machinery of life. We're kind of developing a tool chest that we hope can be used anywhere in the world to be able to track pollution, and that's my ultimate goal. We've actually been using bioluminescent bacteria as a way to track toxicity in the environment. So we use it like the canary in the coal mine, and it saves huge amounts of time and money. It's very much the same approach. I'm working with engineers to develop new technologies, with scientists to develop new assays, new ways to be able to figure out where the pollution is coming from and get it stopped at its source, because you can't take the cream out of the coffee. People that are trying to fix the pollution after the fact, that's not going to work.
A Life Illuminated amplifies this mission. For audiences, it's the thrill and suspense of witnessing the unknown and a reminder of how much of the ocean is still left to protect.
And the astonishing thing was that it all came together in that documentary. We only had 3 days of dive time. The first day we lost to bad weather. The second day we lost to technological challenges. And the third day, everything worked, which almost never happens at sea. And we captured this phenomenon that I have seen many times in my career, but never been able to capture that way before. And it was just absolutely breathtaking. And to be able to share it with an audience is just so amazing to me.
But in the filming process, Dr. Widder didn't know what to expect.
Well, in the initial stages of that film, I was kind of in denial that it was about me. When I was telling people about it, I was saying it was about bioluminescence. I saw almost the final cut, and I was so nervous because by this point, I had been working with Tasha and Sebastian for 2 years. I really liked them a lot. but I was remembering every lame thing I ever said on camera. Because usually I'm a scientist, I'm a talking head, just talking about an animal or the science. To have it more personal was a little unnerving, and I was so afraid I was not going to like it. And then what? But it turns out they're just brilliant storytellers, and I love it.
Dr. Widder hopes her story inspires the next generation of female scientists.
Taking seriously the need for young girls to be able to see role models, because they've done pretty good research that shows that it's around age 13 or 14 that girls lose interest in science because they don't have role models. I'm thrilled that the film is having that impact. I've seen young girls responding to it, and it is really encouraging to see that kind of excitement and realization that they can do this too.
At the same time, she hopes all audiences can share in the thrill of discovery, the wonder of exploring, questioning, and seeing the world in a new light.
I would love them to appreciate just how little of our planet we've actually explored, and what an incredible thrill it is to explore it and to discover new things, new animals, new behaviors. It's just incredible that we know so little about the life support machinery on our planet. I think the bioluminescence that I filmed in the flashback phenomenon is part of that life support machinery. To be able to capture that moment is pretty amazing. And I still have a lot of work to do to prove what I think is going on is actually going on. But it is about the life support machinery and the carbon pump for the planet.
For Dr. Widder, exploration isn't just a career. It's part of who we are.
Well, actually, I think we're all explorers. I've said that many times. It's baked into our DNA. We're born into this world, strangers in a strange land, having to figure out, how to survive on the only rock in the universe that we know of that can sustain life. The mystery of figuring that out is just so thrilling. That moment of discovery is just such an incredible high that you just want it over and over and over again.
Through Dr. Widder's journey, we see what curiosity and persistence can achieve, and how one person's vision can illuminate the ocean's hidden wonders, inspiring a mission to understand and protect our seas. See A Life Illuminated at the Wildlife Conservation Society's Real Wild New York Film Festival, running April 23rd to 26th. Visit realwild.org for tickets and more information. For WCS Wild Audio, I'm Hannah Kaplan.
Today's episode was produced and reported by Hannah Kaplan, with help from Dan Rosen and Nat Moss. The WCS Wild Audio podcast is a production of the Wildlife Conservation Society. Stay tuned for our next episode, and don't forget to rate, follow, or review the show wherever you get your podcasts.